Hey, welcome back, everybody, for another episode of the Art of Relationship show. Last week, ran into some tech issues, as always. Not as always, but eventually, so I wasn't able to do the show. I hope everybody is doing okay and everybody's Thanksgiving went smooth. And I do this special episode, if you will, to be thoughtful, to be thankful during the holiday season, because it's a little bit different. It's how many people, how many of you out there, how many of your loved ones, maybe relatives, are going through a hard time. The holiday season is not fun for a lot of people. Everyone thinks, oh, it's the holidays, woohoo! It should be great. It should be terrific, right? It should be phenomenal, fantastic. But for a lot of people out here, it is rough. For a lot of people, okay? Hey, yeehaw, man. We still got to get together, man. That's my fault. I got to reach back out. So, the holiday season for a lot of people, regardless what you celebrate, it can be tough for a lot of people out there. And I'm going to get into this, okay, in a minute. So, don't go anywhere, and I'm going to give you some tips of what to do to reach out for others. And also, what you can do if you're having a hard time excuse me, dealing with the holiday season, feeling lonely, you lost a loved one. We're going to get into this, okay? So don't go anywhere, people. We're going to be live with the Art of Relationship show. Well, we are now. We're going to be back right after the intro, so don't go anywhere. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Art of Relationship show. Just want to give a shout out to everybody out there that's going through a hard time. That is, maybe this year has been terrible for a lot of people. It could be financially. Maybe you lost a loved one. Someone is terminally sick. Maybe you are. And the holiday season, right, it's supposed to be, not only hustle and bustle for a lot of people, but it's very sad, very depressing for a lot of people. And I want people to understand that and realize, because there's a lot of people out there, oh, Christmas time, Hanukkah, whatever, Kwanzaa, it's my favorite time of the year, right? I love the holidays. And somebody's next to them saying, oh, gross, right? I hate the holidays. And we have to look at and be considerate and be thoughtful. So I do this episode or about this episode every time, every time of the year, every year, regardless of, what's going on. So it's a special time of year for a lot of people. And that's where I want people to be able to give a lot more gratitude, a lot more thoughts, take others into consideration. I know I'm tripping over my tongue already. Again, you can throw out your comments, your questions down in the chat, people, and it doesn't have to relate to the episode at hand, dealing with this. So I have a lot of grief, a lot of trauma experience as well. So to introduce me to people that don't know, I'm Greg Dudzinski. I'm a fully licensed professional counselor, relationship sex specialist, for now over 23 years I've been doing this, and I have a lot of grief, a lot of trauma experience as well. And my passion is trying to help people out there heal their broken hearts, heal their relationships, their marriages if possible, while at the same time promoting self-love and self-respect. My website down below, I have specials on my courses. I think they're only $27 a piece. You use the coupon code LOVE, and you'll get it for $27 each. That's it. Cheap, right? So check it out, theartofrelationships.org. And for those out there, where's my banners at? I want to scroll this at the bottom as well. For those that are having a difficult time, you have loved ones that are having a difficult time, I have a banner scrolling down below for the suicide crisis line, which is very important every time of the year, but especially now, because a lot of people are going through a hard time. So you can text or call 988 here in the United States and, talk and reach out to somebody that can help you out, and also not only help you out in that moment, they can direct you to further longer term services and help out there. So text, call, 988 for, crisis, depression, suicide hotline out there. It's, like I said, it's crucial every time of the year, but especially now. And getting into this scenario, a lot of people will look at, it's going to be special. It's going to be hot. I can't wait for, the holiday season. All the tree lightings. Downtown Detroit is phenomenal every year. Chicago, have tree lighting ceremonies. They've been doing it forever. And everybody's supposed to be in a joyous situation, right? That's not always true. How many people out here have suffered the loss of a loved one? They lost their mom, their best friend. Maybe they lost a child. It's horrific out there. Maybe people have lost their job. The unemployment rate and losing your job and unemployment benefits have exhausted a lot of people out there. So they're, they can't find work. They're having a hard time. They've been evicted from their house, foreclosure, that type of situation. Maybe forced to move in with friends, relatives, that aspect. But a lot of people look at, everything's great, joy going around. And I don't mean to be depressant, people. I'm usually happy-go-lucky, love joking around, as most people know. But I want people to be special, observant out there during the holiday season. I would love it all year round, but let's be real. The holiday season is upon us, regardless of what you celebrate or don't celebrate. Not only that, with especially in the northern states here, Metro Detroit, Michigan, you get in all the northern states that experience winter, right? The seasonal affective disorder. So a lot of people suffer depressive symptoms during the winter months because, let's face it, freaking cold, and the sun is not out as much as it is in the summer. So people suffer from a lot of situations going on. So I want you to be thoughtful out there and be respectful. There might be people out there that are moody and we're like, oh man, they're just an asshole, man or woman, right? But we don't understand maybe what is going on with those situations, right? Maybe they just are enduring, a job loss. Maybe, they're going through a divorce. Maybe, they lost a loved one. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on that we might not even know about, right? We just see the presentation. We see the physical attributes of a person, usually, right? If they're in a good mood, bad mood, some people are not good at reading facial expressions anyways, but you see them, they look sad. They look, maybe going through stuff. They're, not in a good mood. Let's be real, man. Sad, mad. Maybe they're more angry than normal. Do you even ask? Do you check in with your partner? Hey, what's going on? Hey, you seem a little bit rough. What's happening? What's going, talk to me. I'm here for you. And also, people, if you're one of those individuals that are going through a hard time, do you reach out to a friend, a relative you're close with? There's people out there that they have nobody close to them. They have no relatives, right? They don't have a lot of friends, and a lot of people look at, what's wrong with them? They might be just introverted, so they don't have somebody to be able to talk to. Hey, Dave, what's happening, man? Long time. I hope you're doing well. So that's where I want people to be able to look at that a lot of people go through a hard time during this time of the year. So, reach out to people, be extra observant. I would love people to be observant every day of the year, right? We're not talking about being obsessed, just, paying attention. A lot of people, they look like they're in a bad mood. I don't know them, so sucks to be them. Do you even say hello, a simple smile to people during the holiday season? I hope you're all right. Homelessness goes through the roof this time of the year, right? It seems like every year from Thanksgiving to the new year, a couple weeks into the new year, unemployment goes through the roof even more. And like I said, the job job situation, the jobs report is outrageous. It's not good right now. So, a lot of people are struggling financially to even pay the bills, to put food on the table. And, you add that into with maybe losing a loved one, going through a divorce. So there's a lot of situations out there, breakups that are going on. That's why I do this episode every year, this time of the year, okay? Because a lot of people don't realize, I love the holidays, and they forget there's a lot of people going through struggles, right? That doesn't mean you can still enjoy the holidays. I'm not saying you're not. I'd be a jerk, right? Don't enjoy the holidays, right? No, not at all. But that's where I want people to understand that it's tough for a lot of people. I with a lot of clients, right? It's almost a reminder of, my mom passed away a couple months ago. My dad passed away. My brother passed away. I hear it, working with couples, and I do individual work as well with grief, with trauma as well. So, I hear it all the time, especially this time of the year where not only, missing loved ones and, still grieving that type of situation, we have to look at there's also how it affects relationships and how it reflects marriages, romantic relationships as well. Because if your partner or you are bummed out, you're going through a hard time, and your partner's just like, shake it off, just get over it. Oh, what? Your mom died 9 months ago. Your sister died 9 months ago. You should be a lot. And I shake my head, right? I'm like, who's to tell you? Who are you to say anybody how long grief takes, how long someone should be battling with that? Number one, it's no one's job to do that. We want it to be better. We want them to seek help. So, 9 months from that, it's easier to cope with than it was, say, 8 months ago, right? We want that. But a lot of people try to force people through stuff, grief, trauma, that type of situation. So that's where I want people to understand it doesn't work that way. We might think one thing, but it's so not easy to that person that's grieving, going through a hard time. And grief, it covers, like I said, everything, not just loss, that we lost a loved one, that someone passed away, they lost a child, which is just horrific. But, grief is losing a job. There's a lot of situations, right? And I mentioned about, SAD, seasonal affective disorder, during the winter months here in the northern states. It's a real thing. People get, the blues, the winter doldrums, if you will. They get more depressed. So if they're already battling with depression, it makes it worse. So please reach out, pay attention to other people out there, and, be kinder, be thoughtful to people out there. That doesn't mean you're allowing them to disrespect you. I want to make sure people understand that, okay? Because a lot of people are, hey, Greg, hey, G is saying, oh, they're in a bad mood, they're going through this, so that means they're allowed to disrespect me. Hell no, not at all. I want people to understand, man, I get you're going through a hard time, but man, don't treat me this way, right? I understand, man, what's going on, what's happening, but don't be rude to me. You get me? So we can still command that respect from others. That doesn't mean we can't be compassionate and empathetic during the same time, right? A lot of people, might be going through a divorce right now or just went through a divorce, and it's the first time the holiday season, 1 year, if whatever, wherever you're at, first year they don't see their kids on a holiday season, right? They don't have that straightened out yet. So it's sad, and a lot of people miss that. So be supportive, be compassionate. Tell people, ask people, hey, I'm here if you need to talk. Because some people, especially men, I'm going to throw us under the bus, they might have a hard time. I need to just eat it. I'm a man. I got to be tough. So I got to just, I got to eat it and just deal with this myself. You know what? Being a man, no, you don't. You don't have to eat that. You have a right to hurt. You have a right to be sad and go through stuff as well, okay? So don't be ashamed. I tell people all the time, right? Being hurt, being sad, being bummed out, it's being human, right? we don't have to hold back and try to eat everything to pretend that we're in a good mood, that we're, oh, everything's hunky-dory, everything's terrific, everything's dynamic. We don't have to pretend. It's reaching out to friends, reaching out to, people we trust that, hey, man, I'm having a hard time. I'm going through something. Hey, can you be there for each other? And that's where I want people to actually understand and what's happening. So reach out to people. Hey, Scott, what's happening, man? So be kind, be courteous out there as well, and ask people, hey, you want to talk? I know it's not easy for you, or maybe we don't know. Like I said, a lot of men will, I can't talk about it, or they're afraid. They talk about it, and women too, they're going to end up, breaking down. I'm going to be embarrassed, cry. Man, it's okay to cry. It's okay to have a bad moment. And, if that bad moment continues, that's where I want people to reach out for help to, a professional mental health professional, be it professional, license, make sure they're licensed, professional licensed mental health worker. And again, I'm going to throw, the banner down below too. Make sure you keep this in your phone, okay? In your contacts under, suicide or crisis line. You can call or text 988 to have people to reach out to that can get you help, right away. And again, the crisis hotline, text or call 988. I got it in the banner down below, people. So make sure you jot that down. A lot of people, oh, I'm great, I might not need it. But you might. We don't know. Life could be great for you, but you have a friend, you have a family member, that's automatically going through a rough time. In winter, right? Car accidents happen. People, unfortunately, die in car accidents. So I don't want bad things to happen. And I don't want this to be a downer show episode. I'm usually high-strung. Well, maybe not high-strung, average-strung, happy-go-lucky, joke around a lot. But during the holiday season, it's not a time for a lot of people to joke and to be playful and to be dynamic, woohoo, be festive, if you will. So please reach out to those people and give an extra ear, pay extra attention to those that are going through a hard time. You know what? Maybe there is a coworker out there that you knew went through that, and you're like, you know what? Oh, that coworker's an ass. They're a jerk. I'm not close to them. I don't even, just a simple hello, just a simple, you know what, man, are you good? Are you okay? I know we beef, we beefed before, but I want to make sure you're okay. Maybe I heard you just lost your mom. You're going through a rough time right now. Hey, are you okay? And that's part of the human dignity, and maybe we can flip the script, and it also allows time maybe to heal those discrepancies we have, or beefing, even with coworkers, relatives, maybe friends, maybe neighbors, that type of situation, because we don't know specifically, what someone is struggling with. And I use this scenario a lot. When I used to teach, college classes, I used to bring this scenario up. You have a gentleman, early, mid-50s, maybe doesn't matter age, right? You're walking into a party store or store, whatever, grumpy, bumps into you, doesn't say hello, or doesn't say, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. And you're like, man, what an asshole, right? What a jerk. I can't believe that. But then you don't know, it doesn't excuse him, right? But then what happens if you found out that he lost his wife a half hour ago and just came from the hospital, right? Or maybe he lost a grandchild, lost a child. And, we're in we can't be coherent all the time. Not at all. Would that change your perspective, right? So that's why I want people, and that's a reality, right? So I want people to understand, be kind, be extra courteous to people out there, and pay attention. A simple smile and hello can go a long way. Hey, are you good? And a lot of people, when you are greeting people, hey, are you all right? And then you walk away. Hey, are you good? You having a good day and you don't even pay attention, or you keep walking, not even hearing that person, right? Do you ever stop just an extra second and say, are you sure? A lot of people, yeah, I'm good. Are you sure? Good, good. Hey, just checking, making sure you're good. Are you positive? Okay. You know, that you're showing that little split second. It takes a second or two, right? That you care, that you are paying attention, because that can make someone's day, and it might make someone's where, oh, someone noticed me, right? You could change that day around for that person that is going through a hard time, that is struggling big time, okay? So those little moments can be just precious, okay? They can be so healing for a lot of people. And when you are with your loved one and they're struggling and, you know, going through stuff, a lot of people, oh, no big deal, you lost a job, right? You'll find another one. You know, they're trying to be supportive, be understanding. Great, right? Woohoo. However, is it in the way that that person needs, right? Do you connect with, and it's one thing I work at with couples on a daily basis. It's so like special. It's so healing, right? It's so important is to connect with your person's feelings, right? Are you able to connect with, you know, hey, are you good, man? Man, I get you lost your job. And a lot of people, oh, I want them to cheer them up, support him or her. And, oh, no big deal. Good thing you got the whole holidays off, right? And you're trying to cheer them up, but it does the opposite because you are not connecting with their feeling. Man, are you okay? Are you sad? Man, I can only imagine, man, the stress of losing a job and worrying about, you know, money and income. Man, I get you. We're in this together, you know. I got you. I'm here for you. So a lot of people try to force people through those bad times, through that grief. They try to, oh, hurry up. We know life happens. We know life continues. That's a reality. I'm a realist. And yes, we have to keep moving through life, even though we're battling, right? But having someone to talk to, having someone to listen to can make the world a difference to a lot of people. I'm going to ask you, I'm going to challenge you, you know, what holds you back from opening up to a loved one, to a friend that you're going through a hard time right now? Well, I'm a man and men don't talk about. Yeah, they do talk about this. I tell people, I use this all the time. You know, I work with a lot of people of color. 85% of my peeps, my clients actually are black. I love it. I'm flattered, okay? So I've been seeing the last probably 8 years or so, a lot more black men are opening up to each other with their trouble, their hurt, their pain, going through stuff, right? I love it. I give them props. I'm like, whoo. The white guys, right? They're still like freaking 5 to 10 years behind. You know, they're still, oh, keep it in here. I gotta tough it out. I gotta muddle it up, right? I tell people I don't want that. I want you to be able to open up because we're human. We're real. We got a right to go through stuff, right? Talking about combat vets, right? Going through horrific, you know, especially, you know, in active combat, right? Scenes, what they see, what they experience, what they do, that type of situation. So it's okay to be human. And the more we open up, the more we let that out, the more we can heal and get rid of or try to, you know, sort of not have the impact of, say, PTSD or our grief impact us as great as it could, that we can reduce that by being open, being real, and allowing those feelings to come out so we're not fighting them all the time. And we're not doing it with, you know, drugs, alcohol, too much, overusing those things to deaden that stuff. So I want people to be able to open out and, you know, be forthcoming. You know, if somebody says, I'm fine, right? A man or a woman, oh, I'm fine. And then, you know what? You know they're not fine. It's in your gut instinct. You see their facial expressions that they're not fine. Hey, I know you're not fine. I can tell by the look on your face. No, I'm fine. Come on, be real. What's going on? I'm here for you. You know, open up, talk to me, right? So a lot of people will, I'm fine, and then they just move on, and they're really not fine. And I don't want that, okay? Now, if you're really fine, be open and honest. Oh, I'm just tired, I'm good, though. Oh, okay. But don't lie. Be open and honest and allow people to be there for you. Again, is it real? Is it easy? Hell no. But I want you to use compassion and empathy, and don't tell people, oh, just suck it up, move on, life continues. Yeah, life continues, but people have a right to still be hurt, to grieve, to be, in a depressed state. That doesn't mean they want to or like to. They got a right to. So there's a big difference. And the more you're able to respond to that with kindness, with thoughtfulness, with compassion, the more we can make this world a better place. And believe me, here in the States, we definitely need that, okay? So reach out to people. Do an extra check-in on people, right? You have, neighbors. I talked to my dad this morning. Yeah, still alive. They're old. They're old, but they're good. So, neighbors, where they're at across the street, lost a wife, plus going through a lot of health issues, as a lot of elderly people do, and they're trying to pay more attention. They're trying to help him out more, taking, medical issues he's enduring, and he just lost his wife. So, trying to be there if you have extra time to spend. I know, especially with people out there, we're all busy. Some people have young kids running all over the place. Both parents work, and then they're dealing with the grief of loss of a loved one, or, they're battling financially, just trying to make ends meet, which a lot of people are. So that's where I want people to be more aware, to pay more attention. We're all in our heads and dealing with our other stuff, but that's where I want people to also be able to look at, you know what, damn, I'm going through other stuff too. And a lot of people, we get blinders on and we start thinking, right, I'm the only one going through this shit. I'm the only one going through, and we sort of get egocentric, and it's not, I don't think it's intentional to a lot of people, but we start looking at, man, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. But we also realize there's a lot other people going through grief and loss and going through hardships this time of the year. So not only take those blinders off and recognize that, it also can be healing knowing I'm not the only one going through this. And also, maybe you can also share and help heal and be there for one another. You get me? So it can be a healthy way all over the place. Even asking, hey, what do you need? Hey, what do you need? I might not know. Someone experienced the loss of a loved one for the first time. They don't know what they need. Let's be honest. So that's where I want people, hey, do you need a hug? Do you need some alone time? And those are situations, even asking will tell that person, number one, you notice, you try to understand, or at least try to learn to understand, and that you care. And that's going to do wonders in of itself for people around you, okay? And remember, there's a lot of people hurting out there, even though you don't know it. So try to be nice. Try to be more cordial, more thoughtful, and more, a little more understanding during the holiday time. I would love to share this all year round and have people promote these things all year round. Absolutely. So, but like I said, I do this special episode every year. Excuse me. So that's where I want people to understand and to promote that. And remember, I'll put the ticker on there again. There it is. If you're battling with somebody, try to reach out, or, battling with these issues, grief, trauma, financial situations. It's horrific, and if there are somebody that needs a suicide crisis line, make sure you give them this, or you use it yourself if needed. You can call or text 988 here in the United States, okay? So make sure you write this down, put it in your phone, the suicide crisis line. Call or text 988. Sounds simple, right? And, someone will be there, and, if they can't help directly, they will definitely give you the resources to get that help as soon as possible, okay? So write that down. Again, call or text 988, at least here in the United States. I know I'm flattered. I have people all over Canada, the UK, Europe, listening. So I definitely appreciate that. And again, check out my website, theartofrelationships.org. That's down below. I do have courses on sale, only $27. You can use the coupon code LOVE, LOVE, simple, right? To get them for only $27 a piece. There's healing, I had a brain fart, sorry, healing after an affair. There is a reigniting your relationship or marriage, right? And a premarital course. I actually do a lot of premarital counseling as well. So those they're cheap. So reach out. There's a lot of work, a lot of videos, a lot of exercises that can help you out there. And it is very reasonably priced, okay? So, again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Be nice, be thoughtful out there. And again, if you're enduring a hardship out there, you're going through hard stuff, don't be afraid to, open up and say, hey, you know what? Man, I'm having a rough time. Reach out to a friend. Reach out to maybe a family member you're close to, a coworker you get along with, and you might be surprised that they might give you more compassion, more understanding than you even thought realized. Or maybe you will also learn, that they're going through stuff. They're dealing with a loved one battling terminal cancer, or, just diagnosed with cancer or chronic illness, right? Maybe you will also find out that others, are going through stuff that we never knew. And we're thinking, man, they're a jerk, they're an ass. And then we find out they're going through stuff and we sort of, man, damn, now we know why, right? And that doesn't excuse people to be an ass. We can understand it, okay? So reach out and be nice, be thoughtful. Again, check out my website, theartofrelationships.org, people. And you have any questions, DM me, private message me, reach out, my contact list sheet, whatever on my website. Anything I can do to help people, help couples, get through the holiday season, and also to definitely reignite the love and the passion they have in their relationship and their marriage, and to heal, those broken hearts. So I appreciate it, and I appreciate you out there for listening and taking your time for real to listen, because I know I don't take that for granted. Your time is very, very valuable, so I appreciate it. Take care, everybody. Peace and love to everybody out there. Bye-bye.